Hello and welcome to another video. This video was requested by my YouTube friend Glenn Parkinson, who did a discharge test on a Powertech lithium battery 25 amp hours, and it only made 24 amp hours if I recall correctly, so it failed the discharge test. So I have a smaller battery, 7 amp hours, fits in this little plastic ammo can box. And I've got the box here because I didn't want to have to take this all apart and show you inside. Here's the box. This is the approximate dimensions. Let's have a look at the specifications. Lithium iron phosphate, 12.8 volts nominal voltage, 89.6 watt hours. The BMS cuts off at 9.2 volts. And the discharge current, 7 amps. Peak discharge, 15 amps for 5 seconds. And its operating temperature is between 0 and 45 degrees Celsius. And as with all lithium iron phosphate batteries, we charge it to 14.6 volts, up to 7 amps for this particular battery. So there we have it. This is from JCar Electronics, $78.95 retail, and I think that was even on special. So what we're going to do, how we're going to discharge this and keep track of it, is we'll pull it out from the 12 volt accessory plug and feed it into the back of this EcoFlow via the XT60 connection. That's the cable that you get to charge the EcoFlow via the car socket. But what I've got is I'm feeding it into this power meter, and it's got a 9 volt battery attached to it because I want to keep the display on once this battery runs out of power, so we can see how many amp hours we've drawn. We'll see it cycle through. That's voltage minimum. That's watts peak. And there's amp hours. So we haven't drawn anything at the moment. So this battery can only handle 7 amps discharge max, but peak of 15 amps for 5 seconds. So what I've done is in the EcoFlow app, I've set this to only draw 6 amps while it's charging. And we'll see if we get 7 amp hours out of this battery. So as soon as I turn this on, it's going to start discharging. So we're about 27% here. Flick it on. And we are starting to draw some amps. 1.7, 2.4, 3.1, 3.9, 4.8, 5.5, 6.3, 7. Okay, so it's hovering around 6 amps, 5.8 amps, which is what we wanted. And that is about 69 watts. And we look at my watt meter, and yes, 5.92. Pretty accurate. My ammeter here, 5.8, 5.92, 68 watts. So how many amps have we drawn so far? 0.074 amp hours. So I'll check in a little bit to see how far we have gone and see if anything has gone wrong. Okay, an update. So the voltage of the battery, 11.7, still drawing close to 6 amps. And let's look at the watt meter. We've drawn 3.072 amps, so we're just under halfway. And so far, so good. Checking a little bit later. Okay, another update. Let's check out the EcoFlow. 49%. Battery voltage 11.5, still drawing close to 6 amps. And here we are, the watt meter. We have drawn 60.7 watt hours. And let's wait till we go to how many amp hours we've drawn. 5.329. So we're almost there. Alright, I think we're getting pretty close now because of voltage. Oh, I caught it as actually disconnected. That's amazing. And the moment of truth. Did we get the 7 amp hours? Come on. No, this failed the test. 6.408 amp hours. Well, there you go, Glenn. This does not reach the rated capacity. It should be 7 amp hours, and we only drew 6.408 amp hours. That has failed the test. Well, there you go. I'll be forwarding this video to JCar for an explanation. There you go, guys. So you only get 6.408 amp hours out of this 7 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery.